It's always nice to share something that when you find out it's something of a record, you know. When we often think about Liverpool and particularly their music scene, we think of things like the Mersey Sound, the Beatles, Billy J. Kramer, and of course the brilliant Ferry Across the Mersey, the soundtrack, Cilla Black, all of that. But way back in 1953, on this day, there was a lady that was literally groundbreaking and only 27 years old. That's right, the beautiful Lita Roza, and she basically scored the very first female British #1 on the single charts on this day in 1953. Now, it was with a track that really everybody knows, even though you don't know why you know it. You know, the sort of thing that you do find and think, why on earth does that happen? You know the track now? How much is that doggy in the window? It's one of those sort of nursery rhyme songs that literally took off like a firecracker. She appeared on television up and down the country, and more importantly, this launched a very big career for her, appearing up and down the major theatres and cinema chains of the day. Of course, like I often say here on the show, sadly, her name hasn't necessarily lived on. But when you think about the girl power movement and all the things that people talk about, breaking the glass ceiling and stuff like that, well, clearly this lady did it with a novelty song, and more importantly, it's one that's lived on today, even though her name sadly hasn't. Way back in 1953, you had to sell quite a lot of records to get to the top of the charts, and this suddenly became something of a million seller, making her an international star. But sadly, the hits didn't necessarily follow, and of course, like everything in the world of pop, trends change, and very quickly Lita became something of, shall we say, a theatre performer rather than necessarily an international pop icon, but ever remembered for this wonderful, fun song. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.